If you are a fan of Stranger Things, and I'm guessing you are because you're watching this video, then you are going to be super excited for these new packs from Filmstock. Hello everyone, Chris and Christina here, and together with Filmstock, we're here to help you make better videos and empower your inner video creator.
Filmstock has released not just one, but a number of different packs which are themed around Stranger Things. And that means that you can make your clips look just like the Stranger Things series.
So in this video, we're going to show you how we created our own intro sequence inspired by Stranger Things. But before we jump into the good stuff, make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any future video tips.
Okay, let's jump into Filmora 11 and we show you how we done it. So before we get started, you will need to download the Stranger Things packs. You can get them by heading over to the Filmstock website using the links in the description. If you have watched the Stranger Things series, you will know that it has a unique look to it, as well as that often eerie, mysterious sci-fi feeling to it, and it also has a very recognisable title. So with all that in mind, this is how we created the intro sequence that you've seen at the start of the video. So first of all, we took a little wander around the forest and got a variation of different shots that we thought we could put together to create this intro. I picked out the shots that I thought would work best, placed them in a sequence and in the order that I thought would work nicely, and then I cut them to a suitable length. I went through each of the clips and made some adjustments to the colour and the brightness to give it a slightly moodier feeling. You can do this by simply double clicking on your clip and then going to the colour tab. You then have a number of different tabs where you can go in and change things like the white balance, the tone, you can apply LUTs and change a variety of different things to get the clip to look how you want it to. It was a cloudy day when we filmed all these shots, which really helped because there was no sun shining through the trees. So now that we have all our clips colour graded and put in place, it's time to add some effects. Okay, just before we get into the effects that we used for this little sequence, I wanted to mention that when you're trying to colour grade your clips or get a certain look with your own clips, you want to be aware of the type of shots that you're doing and the conditions that you're shooting them in, if that makes sense. So for example, we decided to go out on a kind of a cloudy day to take these clips because that way it already has a little bit of a moodier look. It was still bright, but it makes it a lot easier to make the clip darker and moodier. It just wouldn't be the same if the sun was shining through the trees. It would make it a lot harder to do, and it just wouldn't look as good in the end. So just a little tip, keep that in mind. I used a few different effects from the Stranger Things packs to add as overlays and to create multiple layers over the top of the clip, which I think works really well. The first one I added was the Stranger Filter effect number 17, which is essentially like adding a colour grade or a LUT to your clip, which gives the entire clip a much darker look. The next thing I added was the Stranger Effect overlay number 6, which adds these cool little red particles which looks like they're coming from a smouldering fire, and I just think it works very well and adds to that sci-fi feeling. The next thing I added was the Stranger Filter element number 5. This adds that signature red and blue glow that Stranger Things has, as well as some lightning effects. Yes, I know that might seem like a lot, but they all work well and create a nice layered effect over my clips. This helps give a unique look just like the Stranger Things series, and it also just gives the sequence a very moody vibe. At the end of the sequence I added the title. I used the Stranger Filter opener number 3. I changed the text and also made some adjustments to the style of the text itself to get it as close to the Stranger Things titles as I could. And I think it looks pretty good. I then added one extra filter on the last clip to add some smoke around the outside, just for something a little bit extra. With all of the filters and effects and elements from Filmstock, you have got the ability to change the opacity to your liking. Sometimes they can appear a little strong, especially if you're using multiple effects like I did in this sequence. And that is how we created our version of the Stranger Things intro, and I think it worked out pretty nicely.
And how cool was that? Now you can make your own Stranger Things clips.
As always with these tutorials, that is just kind of one example of how you could use all the effects, but feel free to get as creative as you want with it and maybe use some of the other effects that we didn't use in this video.
The links for the packs and Filmora 11 will be in the description below, and let us know in the comments down below if you're a big Stranger Things fan. So have fun with this one, keep creating, and we will see you in the next one.